2248 20th Street, Springfield, Oregon. We are in the backyard starting here. This lowest one, we're going to cut this whole thing off. I would cut here and then cut off the last firewood chunk. And then I would do the same thing for this limb right here that goes out. I would cut it all the way back to here and then cut off the last firewood chunk. Half of an hour to chip all of that. This tree right here, I would throw a rope in it, run it to that birch tree and then to a pickup on a pulley and pull that tree over. And half an hour, it'll be half an hour to throw that thing through the wood chipper. Back to this birch tree, there's a few dead branches up there, mostly at the top, so you have to back the bucket truck up and cut all the dead out of it. Half of an hour on that. This birch tree right here, throw a rope in it and lots of room to fall it, so just pull it with the bucket truck and drop it through there. Cut it into firewood and chip up with the branches. They'll keep the firewood, so just throw the firewood off over in the corner. This oak tree, have to get in there with the bucket truck, but you can back in the bucket truck real easy. This lowest branch right here goes up and up and up and over the roof, so cut that off. And then you can barely see it from here, but this branch goes over this tree house right here, and remove that whole branch. And then there'll be a couple of dead little limbs. We'll call that an hour and a half to remove all of that. The next thing we're going to look at is this tree on the corner of the house. So this lowest limb right here, remove that, and then if you go up, you have this fork right here that goes up and over the top, but you should be able to back in with the boom truck and take that whole thing out. And you might have to take a third limb, so let's call this an hour and a half, maybe 2.5 hours, depending on how much work there is on that to get that away from the house. To get the bucket truck in, you're going to have to trim this back and trim it up, so it's about 12 feet on the street. So they just want it cleaned up so that we'll be able to back in and out through here very easily. And then this silver oak right here, probably going to have to cut this branch up so that it's not hanging down. And this, on this side, this branch that's kind of leaning down, you trim both of those branches off. This tree should be pretty clear. And then there's a few dead limbs up there, and then we'll cut off this lowest limb. And we want to keep all of that so they can't see the neighbors. So we'll call this tree an hour as well to do the stuff on the street.